My name is Jim McMillan. I'm 74. Aaron is my grandson. I have Ataxia, SCA6. Everything you do automatic, I can't do. The flexibility band that make let you do automatic things. Like you don't have to think when you speak or step on something, stand up, uneven ground, but I do.
He used to have a very noticeable limp. And then from there, he began walking with a cane. And then from there to a walker. And then into a wheelchair after that.
And he wanted to walk me down the aisle, but his arm was so stiff beside him, and he couldn't even talk to me going down the aisle. He had to concentrate on where he was walking so he could walk straight.
I've noticed that ever since I grew up with my grandpa, he's always had a hard time walking up steps and eating his food.
I think I could my little dog usually help because I'm constantly getting up, sitting down, to keep my legs strong. And when I go on the topic, I don't have much help on except with my speech. I'm forever ordering food and think that everybody understood and get the wrong thing. But now I kind of understand a lot of people are very uneasy if you don't understand what you're saying. So much easier if somebody says, I don't understand what you say. Other than that, yeah.
I got tested probably, can't even remember the exact time, probably 5 or 6 years ago. And I noticed it because I was having troubles walking. Like it wasn't as easy to walk around.
I know that it affects Grandpa like differently than it affects Mom. I know Grandpa started with his speech earlier than Mom did. I think Mom started with her balance and stuff.
After having Grandpa around for the last 22 years, 23 years, and seeing what it takes, I think I'll be quite capable of taking care of Mom. That doesn't worry me much at all. There's a lot of things we won't be able to do, but I'm not worried about taking care of her.
My dad was in his late 40s, early 50s when he started getting sick, and he lived a pretty good life. And I thought by the time I was to get sick like that, and hopefully my kids would be older, and maybe by the time they were ever to start getting sick, that there'd be something to help stop it or help slow it down.
So are you afraid that one of us might have ataxia?
That's the one. That the fact that you guys could get it, that hurts. Yeah, that hurts.
If I'd have found it a long time ago, would I have done things differently? I can't say that I would have. I can't say, because all I ever wanted to be was a mom. A wife and a mom. Dad. I'll get you for this.
You're a good mom. I love you.
When my mother was diagnosed a few years ago, it meant that I now have a 50-50 chance of inheriting the disease as well. The decision to either get tested now for the chance to plan ahead, or to wait in blissful ignorance until the onset of symptoms is one of the biggest I've ever had to make.
Would I advise you to get the test? I don't think you should. I don't think at that young of an age that it's a good thing to find out, because you might change. Honestly, you might change how you live your life, and you could miss out on a lot of things.
I would advise you to go get tested, find out. Your grandpa is a very smart man. He planned, he knew what his outcome would be 20 years ago. And he planned for it 20 years ago. And he's doing really well. So my advice to my kids would be, go get tested and plan for it. It's not the end of the world, but it's something you'll have to deal with.
I don't think I've been about 5 years. There's not much you can do. Nothing you can do to make any difference. I would say you can have a whole lot worse problems than ataxia. I can think of a lot of things that could be way worse. I could lose my mind. If I have that, maybe you think I have already.
I was hoping that making this documentary would help me come to a conclusion whether or not to get tested. They all certainly brought up some good points. I think that what it comes down to is that, as much as I may want to find out now, and even though there would still be some benefit to getting tested, there's really no point in getting tested until either I start showing symptoms or until they develop a cure. Like my grandpa said, there's not much I can do anyway, so I might as well just take it as it comes and deal with it one step at a time.